Jason is a badass motherfucker. He picks up garbage left by assholes all day, all the while listening to the most brutal metal out there. He hates wizard metal and has a soft spot for trash like Nirvana and other crap from the 90s, but we'll forgive him because he's just so damned awesome. Mike, on the other hand, is a bastion of impeccable musical refinement. He's been playing guitar and running a studio for nearly 30 years. He's an engineer by trade and can write some of the worst code you've ever seen. He loves wizard metal and often turns his nose up whenever he hears stuff that Jason would call soulful or emotional. If Jason is Maverick, Mike is Iceman. Between the two of them is a veritable mountain of musical knowledge and taste. These old friends will entertain as well as enlighten, all the while paying tribute to the best that the world of metal has to offer. Welcome to the Two Shots Metal Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to Two Shots Metal, the podcast where we drink a little bit, we talk a little bit of metal. I am Jason.
I am Mike. What's up? Shout out to our international fans, since I think half of our subscriber base is actually Japanese, which is very great.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Is that right?
I think.
We're trying. We love and respect all of you. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
Thanks to our amazing Babymetal episode that we did months ago.
Babymetal, we rocked it.
We support Babymetal and we love all of you. Thank you very much for your subscribing.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So we got our two shots that we do before we start talking, and today we are a little late, but it's our yearly shot. I mean,
yep. Year in
we
review.
both are in agreement. We're in agreement that this shot, both of our shots, are gonna come out in remembrance of Brother Dimebag.
And yes, my shot as well is going to be for Dimebag. We love you, Dimebag.
Mike, what are you drinking?
This is Hendrick's Gin, which most of my shots have been that, because I have a giant bottle of jug of this stuff that I have had for a very long time now, and I love it. Shout out to Hendrick's Gin. It's very cucumber gin. It's pretty good.
Oh,
yep.
Oh wow,
it's very tasty.
Today I'm doing 1671 Captain Morgan.
Oh shit, nice.
Dimebag. We love you, and we miss you every damn day.
Yep. Oh, what you could have done had the jackass not hated Damage Plan. Or
yeah, because I gotta tell you, I really actually did like Damage Plan a lot.
I didn't really listen to him all that much, to be honest with you.
You son of a bitch.
Man, it's got to be like that now, doesn't it? Damn.
Yeah. I mean, right out the
I
gate,
heard a few. What was it? Newfound Power or something? What was the?
Yeah.
That was like their first single. I heard that. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. It was lacking some of like the magic, but it's not like they were a bad band. It was still, Vinny and Dimebag, like they were good, but
yeah, it was good. The lead singer was actually pretty. I mean, he definitely.
Now I got to go back and listen
range.
to him. I'm kind of embarrassed, to be honest with you.
You should be, actually.
I am for as much as we talk about Pantera on our show here.
Yeah, because we definitely do Pantera, Damage Plan, Rebel Meets Rebel.
No, I know that album for sure. I love that album.
Whoa. That was crazy.
Yeah, when that came out, I listened to that like a shitload. I was like, David Allan Coe. Do not go and Google some of his back catalog. You might be, if you are very sensitive. David Allan Coe is not known for his not offensive lyrics.
This is why Mike liked him, by the way.
Well, he was very edgy. I'm a very edgy sort of dude, I guess. But... not really these days. When that stuff came out, I definitely was, and like in my early 20s and shit.
20s, so,
yep, teens for sure.
This episode, Mike, we're gonna do some year in review. We got some news to talk about. I want to get through the news first.
Yep.
We both just found out today.
Late to the party.
Does not make sense to the universe, but Sepultura.
Yeah,
is breaking up.
The End All Sepultura tour, I think, just started, and yeah, Sepultura, I guess, is done. I don't know how any of. All right, so Max and Igor Cavalera have the Cavalera Conspiracy, and they started doing old Sepultura songs on their tours, which is kind of interesting if you like the old school Sepultura, which
I do.
I was like mostly a fan of, but it was so some of the old Sepultura was a little hit and miss for me. I was very big three essentially was how I got started. You know, as Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer was like all my guitar playing when I was a kid, and then jumped right into Pantera. But as far as Anthrax and Sepultura goes, like I wasn't like hugely into them because I spent so much time with the other bands. Like I was not huge into Sepultura. I liked a few things here and there. I had Roots, Bloody Roots. I had Chaos AD.
That album was fantastic.
And I had Arise.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Great. All three of them were great.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, all right. I'll take some credit then for being at least a fair weather fan of that era. Like, which I did dig most of the songs on those. But yeah. And then once Max Cavalera left, I completely stopped listening to them, and until which I have said this on the show many times before, but please go check out this album called Quadra, which I thought was absolutely incredible. They got Eloy Casagrande. It's his second album with the band. That album Quadra kicked so much ass and breathed life into that band. I thought that album was pretty damn good for start to finish. I was like, oh damn, I need to go back and listen to some older Sepultura, which I never did. And but I highly recommend that, which is now that Sepultura is all awesome, I guess it's a great time for them to break up, right? That's great. Damn it.
Yeah, it sucks because when you think about it, the 92 to 96 Sepultura was I've listened back time and time again. When you hear the intro, you get to hear what I do, and it sucks. But I listen to so much older Sepultura, and I just realize how much I really fucking appreciate Max. So just like you said, once Max left, I dropped off.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until you said, "Hey, check it out." This new album is really. I hate to say this term, but it was really fucking fire.
Yeah, this shit was fucking fire, bro.
It was so good. So heavy.
The drums, man. Oh my! It sounded like really good Testament to me. I thought the singer had a real Chuck Billy kind of fucking guttural roar on this album, and the drums are Gene Hoglan quality. You know how that
Absolutely.
The newer era of Testament. And dude, I think Quadra is a gem. That album it stands out. It's a gem.
It really is, and it brings it back to okay, so Sepultura can still be good even without Max. That album definitely showed me that. Yeah. So yeah, the fact that they're breaking up, it sucks.
So what does that mean though? So shall all right. So we talked about we had an episode about potential drummer replacements for for Jay from Slipknot. And
get it together.
And where's my brain today? And one of the guys I threw out there was Eloy Casagrande, who is the current drummer from Slipknot before they break up, who would just seriously kick ass in any band that he is in. But I think he would be great in Slipknot. And he's young. He's got to be about 25, 26 years old, and he breathed some life into Slipknot. And I think he would be fantastic. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I have no idea, and neither does anyone else out there, because they haven't announced shit. And as soon as they announce it, everyone and their mom will fire up their YouTube channel and talk about it. Which of course we will too. But yes. I don't think that they have announced anything yet. It's all whatever.
Right.
Everything's in the air still.
Because they're going on tour for 18 months.
Yep.
For this farewell, or are they going to be like Kiss, and are they just going to be forever?
Forever. Yeah.
But honestly, if he was to join Slipknot, I really think that would
put Slipknot back up on the map, man. It would be great.
Right. It would be a fantastic album. It would be super heavy. It would be like Joey was back in the band. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Other news we have is it just happened today, actually. If you're a fan, me not so much, but Arch Enemy just parted ways with their guitar player.
Jeff Loomis from Nevermore, he's a beast, man. He's really, really good. Super, super talented. In my opinion, though, I would like to talk about Arch Enemy for a little bit. Arch Enemy is a band that I've always kind of dug in theory, like even back when Angela Gossard was singing for them. So they're interesting because they've had a growly chick vocalist for the last like 2 iterations of the band. Angela Gossard, she's a German redhead who sang in the band for a while. She ended up, I think she like blew her voice out or something happened where she couldn't tour and couldn't sing so well anymore and became their manager. And then Alyssa White Gluz ended up taking over, who was like, she's another kind of pioneer in both like the symphonic metal as well as growly like sort of metal with chick vocalist sort of genre. Like I can't remember her other band off the top of my head, but anyway, so, and she was also, there was this thing that happened with Nightwish a while back where Elise Ridd and Alyssa White Gluz ended up being like temporary replacement vocalists in that band on a tour, which was like super strange and weird because they didn't know any of the lyrics and they're like reading stuff off of scripts and stuff, which was really kind of interesting. And like I would have liked to have seen that actually, because like when are you going to see that again? But like,
right.
So anyway, she kind of came from that. She was also all right. This is all just stuff I'm like telling you off the top of my head. I didn't go back and like Google her at all. But she did this thing on MTV back in the day where she taught some little girl how to sing death metal vocals, and that always like stands out in my head, where she gives one of the best like descriptions of how to actually do it, and talking about like doing like a whisper and then making it louder and louder and louder without having any pitch like show up, and that's how you kind of get a distorted sort of guttural thing. Like like starting like that. I was like, it was kind of an interesting way to like teach someone how to do that. I was like, all right, cool. So that's my take on Alyssa. She is hooked up with what's his name from the Misfits. What the hell's his name with this silly hair?
Oh, jeez. Here you go with the name. Like, look, this is why I don't really
Von Frankenstein. Names. What's his name?
Von Frankenstein. That's a great name.
It's something Von Frankenstein. I can't remember his name, but he's like 60 years old and he's on that like testosterone replacement and he has like a funny haircut. So he's like a big jack dude. Wolf something Von Frank. I don't know. sorry. Do not wait. For our audience that is getting all of their metal news like from me, I'm not going to apologize for letting you down. I'm trash today. I'm trash.
He is on point.
Trash.
That's the two big stories coming out of this month of December. It is wild. Like the Sepultura thing really kind of shocks me.
It is wild. Sepultura has always been a thing our whole lives. Yep.
Yeah, it really has.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think maybe they're gonna pull a Kiss, like because there's money to be made there.
Yeah. They like money.
Like
I think a full reunion with like Max and Igor, like bring it all back together and like
exactly
do that. That's probably what's gonna happen.
With you saying Max was like playing, old Sepultura songs, that's badass.
Yeah, the
that's
Cavalier
really
Conspiracy.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll have to see what happens with that. My buddy at work, he actually bought concert tickets for November of next year in Scotland.
Oh wow!
Yeah. He does a over the seas trip once a year. So I'm like, that's freaking awesome, and that's how I found out the news. So besides that, we decided we were gonna do a year in review of Two Shots. The stuff that we've learned, the stuff that we've did the like top song of the year for us, like what really hit us in that feels. I know Mike doesn't have feels, but but you know, I have feels.
Yeah.
and,
You're very
and
emotional,
Mike,
Jason. I'm a
very much.
soulless honky with no. I have no soul. The blues to me is just a flatted fifth. I have no feeling. Like that's it.
Yeah, yeah, it's completely true. So like this is going to be very interesting to see how our years differ. Now, full disclosure, my top song of the year is probably an old song, but it's a band I discovered just this month, and I don't know if the song's new or not. Don't care, but it's good to me. Maybe the same thing's going to happen to Mike, but there is some good shit to like uncover for this year. So, Mike, why don't you take it away? Give us a couple minutes of what you got for 2023.
So what was like the most interesting music of 2023? So I have two things I want to bring up. Maybe like two or three things. So the first thing is you may notice is like I was playing my guitar and writing more music this year, as you may know by our fancy new intro, which I hope I went and put it in the front of this video. but that's all me. One buddy of mine actually wrote a piece of that intro riff, but the rest of it was all me, written and recorded and all that stuff. And I made our intro, and that is the greatest song of the year by far. You guys should know that.
It's fucking fun.
You absolutely should know that. You might also realize that maybe I was listening to a smidge of Amon Amarth at the time.
Just a little bit.
But maybe I was slightly inspired there. So that's number one. That's the best song of the year by far. You guys should all know that, and you have been blessed to hear it at the start of this video. And
with no lyrics, by the way, so it's the best.
No lyrics. Nope. The lyrics are actually that amazing voice from 11 Labs that everyone uses in their TikTok videos that I put in.
Everybody.
Those are the lyrics. Jason is a bad motherfucker.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Stop it right now.
I should probably bleep that out or something. Like, I don't know how YouTube like really likes the profanity right in the beginning of your video. So maybe I'll like put a little bleep over that part of it.
No. So this is my opinion. It goes to that whole like, fuck YouTube. No offense, YouTube audience.
No offense, YouTube. We love you.
But you know, one of the things we're gonna be trying to do really hard in 2024 is we're branching out. Yep. You know, I know we've talked about it, but we're actually trying to get across all platforms, and YouTube is only our starting point.
Yep.
So if YouTube doesn't like it, that's okay.
I mean, we hope they do like it though. we do.
Let's go, YouTube.
If it makes the difference between like monetization or not, like I'll just censor the thing and I don't care. But if it doesn't matter, I'm leaving it the way it is. So there you go. I just sold it. I sold out to you guys right now. There.
Right this second.
You just watched me do it. You just watched me sell out.
That's my year in review. Mike is a sellout.
Mike is a sellout. Sorry. So anyway, I'm gonna vote for song of the year that wasn't written by me. Is actually I'm going with the Amon Amarth song from last year that they finally made a video for this year, Saxons and Vikings. So I love this song a lot. I think it's fantastic. In spite of the wizardiness of what's his name from Biff Bifford from Saxon doing the vocals on there, that I know Jason secretly probably loves by now because he's probably heard the song so much.
Loves so much.
Yep. This will be Jason's gateway into wizard metal with Biff Bifford, who's like 75 years old and can still sing like that. It's amazing.
It's still he still hits that high.
That dude can still sing, man. He's really good. So Saxon is a band that has always kind of been around for me. I listened to a little bit of their stuff, kind of power metal, wizardy metal stuff from from like the 80s. I know they had put stuff out then. Since I was like a big fan of Halloween, and Saxon I think was around during the time I was listening to Halloween back in the like, God, I was like a kid when some of that. I mean, like a little kid when some of that stuff came out, like listening to Metallica. But yeah, I love that song so much. I love the subject matter. I can't believe Amon Amarth actually wrote that song, which is which is amazing because this is the biggest L the Vikings ever took in Viking history. This would be the song you would not want to write. It's a giant L.
No.
King Alfred came in and routed the Vikings out of out of England. Like
so. Okay, all right, we get it, Mike.
So, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! These guys right here took out the Vikings, and but it's a great song. From the point of view of what happened before the actual battle, where the Vikings took the biggest L in Viking history. But it's again fantastic song. I say song of the year. If I was gonna say band of the year, though, I would pick a different band, and you know which one I'm gonna pick? It's actually the Frostbite Orc Kings. I'm picking them as band of the year, and so especially if you're an Amon Amarth fan. By the way, their album just came out; they have a full album out now. But this is the entirely AI generated Amon Amarth sounding death metal, melodic death metal band, which I think is fantastic. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how they actually went and did all of their stuff. I have suspicions and theories, and like I've messed with tons of AI things myself, and I'll bet I know how they do about half of it. But I would love to like actually get into the guts of their like pipeline of how they make that stuff. And there is a band, so Frostbite Orc Kings actually came from this band called Van Canto, and this is a band that I know Jason will not like. So what Van Canto is they're this all a cappella power metal band, and they have a live drummer and like 5 vocalists. And this is not a band for Jason. I just want to reiterate that there is no way Jason will like this. Like, there's no possibility that Jason likes this at all. But the main brain or like the guy who wrote all of the stuff for that band and came up with the whole concept for that band, Van Canto, is the guy that created the Frostbite Orc King stuff. And he actually, really knows how to write good music that Jason will hate if in Van Canto's case. But I think Jason probably likes a lot of the Frostbite Orc King stuff, especially because he's a massive Amon Amarth fan. And in Deathclock and like the melodic death metal genre, which I think is one of the greatest genres out there. So that is my shout out for band of the year, even if they're not technically a real band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I love the AI stuff, man. Yeah.
I will tell you, I absolutely love Frostbite Orc Kings. I think they're great.
So good. The music is so good. It's like
not real at all.
Nope, not real at all. But I mean, I don't know. So I got to figure out their pipeline, like how the stuff is actually getting written. Like, I'm curious because I think there's still some music going on there. Like, I don't think it's just like getting chat. I mean, they probably use Chat GPT for like probably lyrics and stuff like that, and maybe some song structure and things like that. But how they actually like did their instruments and that kind of thing. Like, there's tons of ways to like do like to simulate guitars and things like that with things like shreddage and like other VSTs out there. Like, you can totally simulate guitars, bass, drums, super easy. You just have to like, get it all together, and you could use something like, say, ChatGPT to write your subject matter and your song structure. Like, maybe that's what they did. I don't know.
Or maybe they actually
I could do that.
Played it. I used to know a guy, and this goes into the genre that you fucking hate. But I used to have an apartment, and right upstairs from me was a musician, and it was grunge. It was definitely grunge.
I mean, I played a lot of grunge. It's not my favorite.
He kept it alive in the 2000s, early 2000s, and like the album that I have still to this day, the CD. He played every single instrument. You know, you know that whole story because you've done it.
Yeah, I can do some drums and little keyboards and little vocals.
Right.
But I was mainly a guitar player, so.
But he did all the vocals, the drums, the guitar, and the bass, and I was like, that's awesome. Now, whenever I would go see him live in a little, dive bar, he had a band with him, but it was still like, it's definitely possible.
Oh, oftentimes, like, that's how a lot of bands will be like, you'll just have one guy that just writes everything and then just picks up some buds to like perform it live,
So shout out to Gage. If anybody knows that band, shout out to Gage, because the lead singer or the guy that created everything. His name was Dave. He was awesome. I do miss that music because I love grunge, and I know you hate it.
So like, I mean, hate is like a strong word. Like some of it
strongly dislike.
Yeah, and so like if we want to consider like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden grunge, then no, I like grunge. I like those bands.
Well, yeah, but, they're grunge.
Yeah, of course. So I like some of that. My problem was like then the alt rock stuff from the '90s that was just like straight up bad, and I think, and where I think you and I butt heads is like the Nirvana debate. And
yes, that's exactly where we butt heads.
So despite me actually learning so much Nirvana on guitar, to pick up girls in the '90s, like
shout out,
shout out to using a guitar to pick up chicks in the '90s. Works every time, baby. Like I don't actually care for like anything Nirvana did that wasn't like Nevermind, and Nevermind, because I played it so much, I was exposed to it so much. Like, I could dig Nevermind, but like a lot of the other stuff, and I was like, no, this style's not like really for me. I was much more into like metal than I was that style.
So Mike does one thing super bad. Yep. Like he does a lot of things great. God, Mike, I love you. You do.
I love you too. I love you too, Jason.
You do horrible research when it comes to like certain genres.
Like, do we consider those guys? You ask them, they won't say that they're grunge. Like all of my knowledge of genres is like I can tell you the difference between like black metal and death metal and like grindcore and stuff like that. But like as soon as I leave metal, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like some shit that they used to play on 98 Rock when in Tampa,
exactly,
all the time. Like I don't know, is Seven Mary 3 grunge? Like I don't know.
Oh wow, you know what? I actually think they are.
Yeah,
I kind of think
there was like alt rock stuff was like on the radio all the time when we were in high school, man. Or when I was in high school, I'm a couple of years older than you, but it was like, that stuff was on the radio like just relentlessly. It was still there.
Yep. Shout out to my buddy Ben. He's a huge. Now this is Washington, and Washington sucks in this aspect. Violent Femmes was huge.
Oh god! See,
this freaking state.
That's not for me.
No, me either. I can't stand it. And my buddy Ben is like, oh my god, man, it's so good. So bad. So bad.
There we go on, like a blister in the sun. There we go on.
Sorry.
Oh, so horrible.
Sorry, internet.
So
Violent Femmes, not for me.
So,
of course, and I know that song, so maybe there's something to them. Like,
nope.
Not for me.
It's just what they played on the radio. So my year in review, real quick, when it comes to top songs, and just quick review of like how the year's gone. Ever since we started this podcast, it's been my goal to somewhat open my horizon.
Which you totally have, I think.
Thank you. This year, I was exposed to a short that you played that I absolutely loved, and you recorded it. Windrose.
Yeah.
Really kind of shocked me. Like
that song is amazing.
They're pretty soulless, but it was entertaining as hell.
And that's as wizard metal as it gets, that song, man. Oh my god.
It really is. Yeah, it absolutely is.
The Minecraft song. It's amazing. It's amazing that song even exists. Like it was some video these guys made about Minecraft.
Oh god.
So great.
It could be about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But the Madama song was great. I got exposed to two new bands that I'm really excited about. Like I said, they are definitely not new. They're new to me, but Infected Rain really kind of dig their heaviness, their aggressiveness. With a female lead singer, she's fantastic. And the other band is Spirit Box. I've been hearing them so much this month. I've learned about them, and so I think my song of the year would probably have to be "Circle with Me." I think that is a good mixture of like heaviness with plenty of soul.
Was that the one that you sent me with
There
her
you go.
singing
Yeah.
like solo into the microphone?
Yeah,
Oh, we should do a video about that. I'd love to
we
talk
really
about that
should.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I would love to hear your opinion on it because I'm sure it sucks.
Yep. I'm very, very kind in my reviews. I will not shit on anybody, but there are some things about that I would love to talk about. I think it's you might find it slightly interesting, but
I would love to hear it, honestly. I mean, because I know I pretty much do guarantee we would differ on opinions when it comes to it because I really do. I think she's got a good voice.
I think she does too.
But
Yeah.
There'll be another episode for that. We definitely should break down some music.
We could do some
but-
reviews. That's good. That the kids like those. The
Yeah,
reviews and reactions
mean-
and things. Like, let's do it. Yep.
Speaking of reviews, we got to talk about the biggest concert of my year.
Yeah.
I know it probably wasn't for yours, but the Babymetal Death Clock concert was amazing.
we should talk about that anyway, because that's like we're practically a baby metal channel now because
Kind of, yeah. We are
that
like,
concert.
We are
Yep.
weebs. Yeah, yeah.
that we are secret weebs, or in Jason's case, like a public weeb.
I'm a public weeb.
You are a public
Apparently
weeb.
Mike called me out last time. So
Hey, Jason, you fucking weeb.
it was a fan. I love Death Clock so much.
Oh,
I mean,
Death Clock.
Babymetal was
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
Yep.
And this was the year that Fear Factor started with their new lead singer.
That's right. Actually, wait. You know, I went and I looked at my calendar for all the concerts I went to. And I should have actually gone to our YouTube channel and look, because I post concert clips periodically on there to find when was that. I think that might have actually been last year.
I don't think so.
I'd have to look. Good look.
Yeah, we'd have to look that up because I thought it was early this year.
Well, if it was, we could talk about that.
Yeah, because that's our thing. That's
Fear
definitely
Factory
our
is
thing.
top 5 band for both of us for sure. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And with everything we've heard, and actually, I'm gonna try to see him on the 22nd of this year with Machine Head.
How great would that be? Those guys used to tour back in the 90s together, man. That was actually my first 2 concerts big concerts that I ever went to. One was Slayer, Biohazard, and Machine Head, and then the other concert was Megadeth, Korn, Flotsam and Jetsam, and Fear Factory, back to back. So I saw Fear Factory and Machine Head back to back, but they were not headliners at the time. They would just start out, but they were both in that was Fear Factory's Demanufacture tour, which was so my tied for favorite Fear Factory album for sure. And
Kitty
Doris, you want to be on? You want to be famous, Doris? You got a lot of Japanese fans. They like cats over there, cat cafes.
Yeah, where they just hang out with them.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
She's gonna take a bite out of my microphone stand. She's done that before.
That's gonna be great for the.
That'll be great.
Great for the for the views.
Yep. There she is, marking it. Thanks, Doris.
So I kind of want to go back over the Windrose thing.
Okay,
And I
yes.
guess that's what I mean. Like, there's not a lot of wizard metal that I can ever sit there and tell you, yeah, this is good.
Yep.
I listened to a bunch of Windrose after you made that video, and I could say out of the 8 songs that I probably listened to, 4 of them I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I consider that a win.
Yeah. I mean, that's like sometimes you just got to get your foot in the door a little bit, and like that's how I got into like all kinds of stuff like that. I just found like 1 or 2 songs that I liked, and I listened to them a bunch, and then I started like branching out a little bit once I like got used to the genres and things. Like that's what I kind of did. I'm not saying you're gonna like be a giant fan of wizard metal or anything like that, but like maybe certain aspects of wizard metal like you might like. Maybe.
No, probably
Maybe.
not. Like,
Probably
I
not.
mean, I don't know. Like, until you actually watch the certain documentaries or read a little bit about some of the Nirvana stuff, mainly that I send you, I'm done with your fucking wizard metal.
Man,
And
it's like that.
I do want to throw this out there.
Yep.
We have hit our 1-year anniversary, which we forgot to mention. So happy 1-year anniversary to mine.
Yeah, we sure did.
And the other thing we did is, of course, I'm drawing a blank. But shit. Go ahead and say something, Mike. Kill some air.
Blah, blah, blah. Doris, you want to say something? Well, I can go down my list of all the concerts I went to. There's like 15 of them, I think, this year.
Go for
which
it.
is like pretty
Go
low for
for
me.
it.
I started off, let's see, right in the beginning in February, I went and saw this band called Powerwolf, which I know Jason will hate. I went to New York
Yeah.
City to go see them. They are like an operatic, like symphonic power metal band with a really great singer that I know Jason hates. I think they're fantastic. I went all the way to New York City from Florida to go see them. They only did like 4 or 5 shows in America. When I got tickets for that one, it was like 2 shows. So I was like, dude, I gotta go. So I went and did that. I saw a Knicks game in Manhattan, and then I saw Powerwolf. Let's see. Then right after that, I went and saw They Might Be Giants, which is like very out of character for the Two Shots podcast,
Very
metal
much.
podcast. They Might Be Giants is a band that I liked as a kid. I like one album of theirs, which is called Flood, and like that. This was like the Flood sort of tour, and so that was a lot of fun. Go back and check out our talk on that. Didn't do much in April. Let's see, May I saw Ailstorm and Gloryhammer, which is like as power metal-y as it goes, and then I also saw Halloween and Hammerfall, also as power metal-y or as wizard metal-y as it goes. But all of those, this is as wizardy as it absolutely gets for that month. Fantastic shows. Jason would hate them. Then in June, I saw fantastic Metallica and Pantera tribute bands. They were really, really, really good. I should probably like link them somewhere. They were both awesome bands. Like
You really should actually. With
like
that.
they were really, really good. I could show you some YouTube videos of them, and you'd be like, "Damn, this is like real high quality shit."
Oh, you did actually send me the
Did I?
Pantera one. Yeah.
They're really good. Like that band's really,
Yeah.
really good. And then let's see, Metallica, Pantera tribute. Then I saw the Devin Townsend Dream Theater and Animals as Leaders show. That was really crazy. I'm a huge Devin Townsend fan. Dream Theater, like I have mixed feelings about. Like I respect the musical talent, but I just can't seem to like get a super groove in my head with them. Like I can't like listen to like 2 hours of Dream Theater. I just can't do it.
I think I know why.
Why is that?
Because I've been contemplating this whole thing with Dream
Yep.
Theater. Because I did forget to mention, also happening this year, Mike Portnoy.
Yeah, Mike Portnoy rejoins Dream
Yeah.
Theater. That's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we could talk
So
about that.
that was
too,
a big
yeah.
one.
Yep.
I think Dream Theater might be this generation's Rush.
No, yeah, it could be. I don't know if they're as big as Rush, but it's. I
well,
mean,
not in America. Not in
yeah,
America.
Well, Japan for sure. Like, shouts out to our Japanese audience or
I just think that they
Marty
have that,
Friedman,
that
best guitar
type
player.
of- I think they have that type of like overly talented long set.
Well, it is. It's their composition. They're pure musicians, and they're like. So there's certain things like me and the vocalist don't always get along in that band. So all right, there's like an offshoot of Dream Theater called the Liquid Tension Experiment, which is Mike Portnoy, who never quit that band actually. Like Mike Portnoy, what's his name, the guitar player, John Petrucci, and the long-haired Asian bass, or no, it's a different bass player. And they do a bunch of songs that sound a lot like Dream Theater with no vocals. Like it's just music. It's really good. But you gotta be into that. But Jason is a big fan of vocals, whereas like with Dream Theater, I'm like, I don't know about the James LaBrie or whatever. Like his vocals just aren't so much for me. They're a little nasally, and I don't care for them much. I kind of dig it.
I kind of dig it.
Yep, and like
I mean, I'm 50-50 on Dream Theater too.
Yep. So believe me, I love them, like especially in concept, and like as someone with like a pretty hefty music background myself, like I love that kind of stuff. But it's like it can be like real like ear fatiguing to listen to Dream Theater for a long period of time. For me. Again,
I love playing them.
Yep.
I love playing them on Guitar Hero. So there's that.
Ooh.
They're fun. I mean, of course, that's the nerd in me, but that's always fun. It's long and it wears your ass out, but yeah. So that's my take on Dream Theater.
Yep.
Go on.
So they were good, but Devin Townsend is one of my all-time favorite musicians ever. Like easily in my top 5. I love him so much. I love Strapping Young Lad that he did with Gene Hoglan. That like Devin Townsend is like one of my musical heroes. That guy is so amazing to me. I love him so much. I love his vocals. He's the guy that sang for Steve Vai back in the day when he did like Sex and Religion or whatever. That like everyone like shits on that album, but Devin Townsend is a great vocalist, like really great vocalist. But I know a lot of people do not like Sex and Religion, which hey, I get it. Devin Townsend, amazing, and Animals as Leaders is another like. They're a really great band that I just can't like listen to for long periods of time. I get like ear fatigue from all like the timing changes and that kind of stuff. Like, it's too much even for me, and I really like the complicated stuff too. Like, it's just a little too much. I will probably learn some of some of that the style of picking that what's his name does as black guy, the guitar player.
On fire today.
I'm on fire, but he's got this cool way, this cool like tap pick style of playing that's really neat. I'll probably pick some of that up this year. That'll be interesting to do. See if I can do it. I play guitar forever, and I think that would actually like branch me out a little bit and get me out of a little rut I've been in. So after that, then I went to a Nirvana and Alice in Chains tribute concert, which, by the way, like, for the guy who hates grunge, I totally went there, and it was awesome. For the record,
the
bands were really good.
Go.
I actually ended up with free tickets, but I went and I had a great time. I loved it. I totally loved it. And the bands were amazing. They were so good. Like, I mean, they were able to recreate the music like essentially perfectly. So it's great. A really good tribute band is a ton of fun, honestly. Like when they're good, like it's great. It's all songs so like which helps because like originals are fine, but like no one gives a shit. I used to play in a band that did a lot of originals, and we would throw in like lots of covers, like because otherwise like nobody cares, especially in metal. So like covers go over way better than originals until like you get bigger. So that concert was really good. Then I went out to Arizona and I saw George Thorogood, which was awesome. He's still kicking ass. He's like in his 70s. That was an awesome show. I went to Tombstone, by the way, which is a great time.
Hell yeah.
Came back, went to, August. I saw Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin. I love Disturbed. They're like a guilty pleasure band for me. Breaking Benjamin, I would love... Did we talk about why I don't care for those guys that much? I don't know if we did.
We did. Because I actually really, really like Breaking Benjamin. So we did not get to go over this. And so
we should do that. We can have the like Mike and Jason yell at each other like why Mike does not... So it's not like I don't like it. I mean, like, I can explain why they are
Or
not a
another
band
episode.
that will make itself into my like CD player, like boomer speak for like I will not
because
stream
they
them.
have some kind of feelings. That's why.
No, it's not because of that. And I'll be happy to explain to you exactly why. When I talk about what I actually have called like the Pantera problem. Like there is a Pantera problem, and those guys are one of the bands that like exemplify the Pantera problem. And I will be happy to outline that for you. So we can talk about that.
Down. Yeah, we have to.
All right, we can do a whole episode on what I've called ever since I was like a teenager. I've called it like the Pantera problem. So anyway, all right, Breaking Benjamin and Disturbed. Then September, Death Clock and Babymetal. Shout out to Babymetal and our Japanese international fans. we had like a really solid episode back there.
We really did.
It was great. It was great. The most views we had.
I think it was like we did such a great, actual, honest review. It wasn't just kissing ass.
Yeah, it was great. We had a great talk about it, and I think I said everything. Like, I don't think I was like harsh or anything like that. We just told it like it is, as like that's boomer speak for usually being an asshole. But like, but I think we were great, and I was not shitting on anybody. I think we were very kind and respectful. I think Babymetal's great. Yep.
I think
it's a hell of a band.
Awesome.
Yep.
Actually, funny enough, and for another future episode, I just heard a band coming home that has a lot of like that undertone of what Babymetal does. I was like, wait a minute, are we starting to get ripoffs now? Because that's what it sounded like.
I mean, all you got to do is like watch any sort of anime, and you'll find like if there is an intro, like you will find a band that sounds like Babymetal, essentially.
Well, you'll find the heaviness of the music, but I didn't know if it like. I'm surprised to see that we're going back to that what sounds to be like the young women singers.
Yep.
That like have the high pitched voices or whatever.
Yeah,
we're going back to that
kawaii style or whatever they call that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know it was a thing. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Dope. Real quick.
Nope.
I remembered. We got the term wizard metal over in 2023.
Yeah. When did we do our wizard metal episode? Was that
2023?
Was it this year? Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wizard metal, baby.
It's been so while.
A word that Jason has used to make fun of me for like 20 years. So that's great.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
October. Let's see. I don't think I went to any concerts in October. I went up and I played Dungeons and Dragons with some Orthodox priests. So that was great. Then in the start of November, I went to Chicago for of amazing
a band I would hate.
Yep, amazing. The pioneers of wizard metal, essentially, which was Dragon Force, Amaranth, and Nanowar of Steel. I saw that show in Chicago. I feel like I'm missing one in there. I went to another power metal show, which was like Camelot. It was in there somewhere.
Camelot.
I think I just didn't find him on my calendar.
Yeah.
And
you did do that one.
That was the Dragon Force show was the last show I went to this year. Yeah, I've been
didn't
super
even
busy.
talk about that Dragon Force show.
Yep. Yeah, we've been behind.
Yeah, we have.
We got to start reviewing stuff again, man.
That's a lot on me. I did start a new position.
Mm-hmm. That's
but,
right. Jason's killing
2024 is becoming a new year, and we have some good shit. Mike has been, I've been like a slave driver. Well, you might want to edit that out. But Mike has been really, really hitting it hard with plot story to the game.
True. Yes, I've been hitting that. I've been on my winter vacation. Us nerds in tech tend to get some of those. Whereas Jason just works every single day, 35 hours a day, until his fingers bleed.
Yes, pretty much.
His fingers bleed every day.
It's so true.
Yep.
Oh my god. But the other thing, one of the other cool things we might be working on is, even though Mike and I, very good-looking gentlemen, we might be working on bringing back the love of Metalocalypse, but in Mike and Jason form.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think cartoons stuff. Like I found some of my old I've had a million hobbies over the years, and cartoon making was definitely something I did a lot with. And I love the style for like our intro video. And I'll bet I could make a little something happen with me and Jason. Do some animation. I think would be really cool. That's something I would love to do this year. I've got a novel in the works for our video game that we're using for essentially. It's really hard for me to write like RPG plot like just out there. So like I've been working on a book lately that is based on that game, and I should be finished with that pretty soon. And then from that book, I will then extrapolate our video game plot, and we'll finish that up. And then hopefully this year in 2024, that thing you'll be able to buy in the App Store on your mobile device or Steam. Really want to do that. Else. I would love to have this thing done. Yep.
Something else Mike has done, which we haven't talked about. I know we always joke about it, but we do have a Patreon account.
We do. We do actually have one. I've made one. And you guys should all sign up for it.
Yeah, he'll put up a link, but I think our first 3 chapters of the plot of the game could go on Patreon.
Oh, we could do it. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
So, I mean,
we at least put the prologue up there. I got a prologue.
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh, shit.
It's a good story.
Man. I think it is. I think it's really good.
It's awesome.
You'll love it.
Like,
You'll love
it was fun. Yeah.
Yep. Basing
like
it on our old tabletop RPG characters from 20 years ago.
Yes. Because that's, I mean, little side note, that's where this game stems from is me and Mike, we had so much fun with our 2 characters.
Yep.
I won't go into the details, but like our shenanigans
from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep. And we gotta get our buddies from that era to come join us on our podcast here and talk to us about some tabletop RPG action, because at least two of them have kept it going. They make games and
they've written books.
Oh yeah, they're pros, man. And we've played with them for 20 plus years, man.
20 plus years,
God.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And me like 30, like 35 for one of them. God, since I was like 5 years old. God, so like 40. Oh God, like 40 years. That's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, it's a reality.
So it's been a very long time.
But we got great concepts coming up. I do think after talking it out with you, we need to do some review shows, and we can go back and we could review Spirit Box. We can review Breaking Benjamin, because I can't wait for that conversation. Yep. But I think all in all, that's going to be our goal. At least my goal in 2024, just pump out more product. We need to just
do more. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a good thing, good chemistry between us and, people that watch seem to like it. So I think that's got to be a good goal. And my dog's in the background barking over nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's
for me personally, I'm going to be making more music this year coming up. I'm going to be finishing our video game that I've been working on for like a year and a half, 2 years now, and the corresponding novel that is going with it. I'm going to have that. All that is going to be finished, and then with Jason, you and I, we're going to do way more shows, way more reviews, and way more content. So if you are watching us right now, know that you have been with us since the beginning. And so once we blow up and get super huge and famous and have a giant exploding Patreon, we will remember all of you amazing fans that stuck with us in the beginning. We love you all.
But we absolutely love you. So here's to the new year for both of us, to all of you. And I think this is a great ending spot, Mike.
I think so. So if you're listening right now, maybe I will have started playing the intro music as an outro music today, so I can get more people listening to the amazing song.
The song of the year.
Song of the year. We need a name for that song. Two shots with with TikTok vocal guy. That sounds amazing.
Oh
That
my
dude
God, that's
cracks
so
me
horrible.
up. It's so awful.
He picks up garbage left by assholes all day.
Yep.
All
Till
the
next
while
time.
listening
Till
to
next
the
time.
most brutal metal out there. He hates wizard metal and has a soft spot for trash like Nirvana and other crap from the 90s, but we'll forgive him because he's just so damned awesome. Mike, on the other hand, is a bastion of impeccable musical refinement. He's been playing guitar and running a studio for nearly 30 years. He's an engineer by trade and can write some of the worst code you've ever seen. He loves wizard metal and often turns his nose up whenever he hears stuff that Jason would call soulful or emotional. If Jason is Maverick, Mike is Iceman. Between the two of them is a veritable mountain of musical knowledge and taste. These old friends will entertain as well as enlighten, all the while paying tribute to the best that the world of metal has to offer. Welcome to the Two Shots Metal Podcast.